Hey guys, how are you guys doing? I hope you all have been enjoying your holiday. A lot have happened in the past 2 days in Dota world, but to me, the biggest one was definitely Tundra Esports taking down the TI10 champion Team Spirit and eventually winning out the OGA Dota Pit Season 5. So if you guys missed those games, make sure to check it out on esports.gg because my two wonderful colleagues, Sarah and Mike, they have got those games covered for you. And once again, big shout out to esports.gg for constantly supporting my podcast. Without further ado, let's go into this episode with the BOOM Esports owner, Gary. Yo, what's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Connecting the Dots. And today, I'm very honored to have Gary from BOOM Esports. He's the founder, CEO as well, and a very, very happy one since BOOM Esports has been winning a ton of championships recently. Got yourself a new sponsorship. How are you feeling, my man?
I'm feeling great, man.
Nice. I mean, back to back Beyond the Summit Championship and then Miniski Master with a reverse sweep. Wow, that was some really great achievement lately. Is your
Yeah.
team as happy as you are right now?
I think so. When we built the team, I think the target was always to, go to majors and TI. So, and no offense to any team, but whoever was participating in BTS and Mineski Masters, you know, I think the very best in Southeast Asia did not participate.
Mm-hmm.
So, of course, we're happy to win, events, but at the same time, we're keeping ourselves grounded because we know that that wasn't, the best opposition, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. Like you guys are just just the it's just the third month of your formation of the team. So I understand that you guys are looking forward to the majors, to the TI, especially to the first major of Boom Esports as well. You guys are definitely eyeing on that. So
Yep.
I think the biggest news recently for the team is definitely you guys getting back to upper division. And it has been such an eventful shuffle season for you guys. What was your reaction or the team's reaction when you heard about this news that you guys are going back?
Yeah, we're all really happy. So, when we formed a team in the very beginning, actually, even, kind of, so I guess for those who didn't know, we kind of knew our status maybe a week or two before.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, like we were in lower division. Like everyone knew whether we're gonna be upper or lower, kind of 2 weeks before, right?
Yeah.
So suddenly, I think in Discord, obviously Beyond the Summit got the rights for Southeast Asia. So then they created a Discord channel with all our managers, and then the managers were kind of shuffled to upper division or lower division, right?
Yeah.
So when that happened, we were pretty disappointed because we were hoping that there were going to be rules or new rules for the DPC season because obviously there's a lot of shuffles across the world, right?
Yeah.
And teams, did not look like anything what they were last season.
Yeah.
So we thought there might have been changes on that front. But then yeah, long story short, we saw our lower division, and we're like, we can't do anything about it now.
Mm.
Um, so we were like, kind of okay. I guess we're gonna play from lower division. And then we heard the news that we were gonna go to upper division. Literally the morning of. So I think they announced it at around night in Southeast, like Southeast Asian time. It was like 8 or 9 p.m.
Yeah. Evening time.
But yeah, evening time. We heard it like 9 a.m.
Okay.
Uh, and we didn't know really what happened. All I knew was our manager at the time, Brando,
Yeah.
who betrayed us and went to Talon. No, just kidding. But so Brando, we had a group, and Brando just messaged saying, "Guys, we got good news," and then he took a screenshot of the Discord chat, and it literally just said, "A team in the upper division is unable to participate,
Okay.
so you guys went up because you guys finished seventh last season."
Mm-hmm.
And we didn't know who, we didn't know why. There was a lot of rumors flying around, but we literally didn't know. We also didn't ask. We were just kind of happy, right?
Yeah.
And obviously, the team is ecstatic, right? I think, like I said in the beginning, we were all hoping that we would have been upper division anyways, based
Mm-hmm.
on kind of having 4 out of the 5 players in upper division.
Yeah.
Uh, but yeah, we were really happy.
Nice. It is really good to see you guys there, because, when you guys were performing at BTS and Mini Master, everyone is like, how the hell is this Boom Esports not in upper division? It's crazy to think that you guys are gonna just go lower division, slam everybody, and then come back up at the second season. So really happy for you guys. So it has been such a roller coaster season for you all for in terms of the roster shuffle season. I would just like to ask you, because every different owner and CEO, they have different ways of managing the team. Some manage very closely, some with distance. What is the type of owner that you would say you are?
Yeah, Dota 2
Yeah.
always has like a special place, I guess, right, for me.
Mm-hmm.
Because obviously Dota 2 and CS:GO was the two games that we started with. It's the two games that I actually kind of play intensively, right? And really enjoy watching.
Mm-hmm.
So in the beginning of the creation, obviously Boom was much smaller, 2017.
Mm-hmm.
I had a really close relationship with the players.
Yeah.
I think along the way, due to kind of, I think as an owner, you also have to balance and give your managers and GMs and all the above more responsibility, right?
Yeah.
Because there was a period where, kind of every issue in the team would just go directly to me,
Mm.
or players would kind of be like, "Hey, look, can I get this? Can I do this?" And I think maybe late 2018, we were kind of become a bigger brand. So at that time, I wouldn't say push myself away, but I kind of like told them, look, these kind of smaller stuff, try to go
Mm.
through Brando or Ojan first, my GM.
Yeah.
But I think saying that to the team kind of, maybe they took it the wrong way and they felt
Mm-hmm.
like, oh, I don't have access to Gary anymore.
Yeah.
Um, so then I kind of, was I mean, I wouldn't say distant, but, we wouldn't like joke on a daily basis anymore.
Mm.
And so with the new team when we formed, I kind of regret that move, I guess, with the old team. So
Okay.
I wanted to be kind of have a good relationship with the players too and whatnot. So I try to be active in the group.
Mm.
Um, and I think maybe because at the end of the day, esports is also more developed, and all the players also had experience in top tier orgs. So maybe they're a bit more used to it, I guess.
Yeah.
Like the relationship between us and them and
Yeah.
the manager and the GM, it's kind of better now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I mean, before you guys had this international roster, right? You guys had insisted on a full Indonesian roster for a long time. So for this time, you guys are finally taking the leap of faith to be like,
Mm.
all right, we are going international right now. Is this your decision or is this the team management's decision?
Yeah. So we always explored picking up international players, right? But when we had a full Indo squad, whenever we try to consider international players, it'll always come back to kind of look at the end of the day, even if we pick up one international player, let's say, we're used to speaking in Bahasa, right?
Yeah.
But then if and we do pick this guy up, then kind of we all have to go full English,
Yeah.
and so the players kind of, I guess, a bit hesitant.
Mm-hmm.
So we never really pulled the trigger to go full international. This season, though, like I said many times, Keskut, who was our captain,
Yeah.
he actually retired, and it wasn't like a gimmick. Like it was like a full-on retirement, right? And obviously we got relegated. I wasn't too happy with the results. There was a couple of players that I think were not performing at the best in
Mm.
terms of kind of just pure skill.
Yeah.
Um, and yeah, and I just thought, look, this is a pretty good reset button for us, right?
Yeah.
Every season, Cascute kind of just comes to me and be like, look, I want A, I want B. I
Mm-hmm.
have a, I might have this guy's not playing well. Let's replace him with, A, B, C, D, F, G, and so on. But then this season, I don't have that, right?
Yeah.
Because he's retiring. So I just thought it's a pretty good reset button.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, so yeah, we went full international.
Nice. I mean, so
Not
would
necessarily
you
international, but yeah.
would, would you say that Cascade is really the trigger that finally pushes you guys to be finally a move forward?
Yeah, I mean, I think this season either way we would have kind of pulled the trigger anyways, but
Okay.
him retiring just kind of left no doubts, right?
Yeah.
Because it was like I got to make the team anyways now, right? I don't
Mm-hmm.
even have a captain. Um, and I guess for those who didn't know, Cascade actually wanted to retire mid-season last season,
Oh, all
but
right.
then I think he knew that it was going to leave us in too much of a hole,
Mm.
so he decided to kind of play another season with us. Um, so yeah, and so I kind of knew at the end of the season of the DPC season
Mm.
that we would have to go a big shuffle anyways.
Yeah. So you guys were forced into this situation where you need to break the team and then build it ground out again. So
Right.
who came up with the idea of building it around Scam or your Plush, or was there anyone else that you guys were considering to get to build a team as a core?
Yeah. No, I guess I'm just gonna be really honest to everyone. Um, when we started a team, I really wanted to build around Mikoto and FBZ. And I
Okay.
think that was kind of obvious for anyone who follows the scene, right? They
Mm.
were probably our two best players. Um, but I guess just like with any end of any season where you don't go to TI, especially when TI gets delayed, right? So everything, there's like a big 3 month of nothingness, right, or
Yeah.
2 month, whatever it was. Um, and Mikoto, respectfully, and I think it's within his own rights. He wanted to wait till the end of TI
Mm-hmm.
and kind of explore what offers would come his way. Um, and obviously, he's a top tier player, so I had no reason to doubt that
Yeah.
he would have got a lot of offers, right?
Mm-hmm. Offer.
Um, yeah. So then, long story short, we were looking in the after, like kind of like in the free agency market.
Yeah.
Every team besides T1 and Fnatic was shuffling anyways. And then I kind of had a feeling that T1 wouldn't have shuffled
Mm-hmm.
because like they were doing really well, and I think they had like a really good friendship amongst them, right? I didn't
Yeah.
see any reason why they would shuffle.
Mm-hmm.
So that kind of leaves Fnatic players that was not part of the pool at the time. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
And obviously with COVID and the pandemic, especially in Southeast Asia, right? Uh, I think we did look into foreign players, but I think it wasn't realistic
Mm.
to get them to come to Southeast Asia.
Mm.
Um, so yeah, I think we kind of start thinking of who we wanted. I personally came with Scam.
Yeah.
Scam was the first guy I really wanted.
Okay.
Yopach wasn't the plans because I thought, look, if I can make a really good team, maybe I can convince Mikoto to stay, right?
Okay. All right.
That was the original idea.
Fair.
Um, so I really wanted Scam because I thought he was the most versatile player by far, right? Even in last season, he played what? He played like 1, 3, 4, 5.
Yes.
He only didn't play mid
Crazy.
because
Yeah.
yeah. So and he's very skilled at all positions, to be
Mm.
honest. Which I think, I mean, it made me believe that he had a really good understanding of Dota. That's why he can play all positions.
Yeah.
And I thought he would have been like a pretty good, kind of captain figure. Because I think he was also leading Neon, right?
Yes.
Indirectly. So Scam was the first guy I really wanted.
Mm-hmm.
Just because I thought if I have Scam, I can fill the other positions easier.
Easily. Yeah.
Yeah, he'll just fill in the dots, right?
He'll just
Whatever
be
we
the
didn't have.
he'll just be the magnet to attract
Exactly,
everyone else to you, right?
exactly.
Yeah.
So I kind of got Scam. That wasn't too hard.
Mm-hmm.
But then during that discussion, Scam obviously as part of the team started, kind of proposing certain players that he think is really good, right? I'm just an Archon, by the way, so I'm not
Mm-hmm.
gonna be like, oh, I understand Dota the best, right? So I trust Scam and FBZ, and Scam was saying, look, Yopaj is available. There was another team that was interested in Yopaj, um, and then I kind of really thought about it, and I basically had to make a decision, right?
Yeah.
Do I buy out Yopach now, or do I wait for Mikoto to, kind
Make a
of
decision.
2 months, make a decision, and then basically I decided to go and buy out Yopach
Mm-hmm.
because, um, I, for me, honestly, and I think for a lot of people that watches Southeast Asian Dota, Mikoto's replacement in Southeast Asia is pretty much only two players, which is Armel and Yopach, right?
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
Um, and Armel at the time was having rumors going to, perhaps foreign teams and whatnot, right?
Yeah. EU teams.
So exactly. So I was like, if I don't get Yopach now, and Mikoto decides to take another offer at the end of the season,
Mm-hmm.
uh, I won't have a comparable mid, right?
Yeah.
So I decided to just buy Yopaj and kind of at least secure that position. And then alongside Yopaj, Tim's expressed his wish to team up with Yopaj for the upcoming season.
Ah.
So yeah, I guess to kind of summarize everything, it was buy Yopach get 3 package indirectly, right?
Yeah.
Uh,
You mean
yeah, so that's kind of how the team
you mean
happened.
scam? It gets
Yeah, I
scammed
mean,
and everyone else just comes.
yeah, well, yeah, scam too, but yeah, sorry, I was wrong. I meant buy scam get all 3. That's right. Yeah.
That's such a good
Um,
deal, actually.
it
That's
was
such a
ended up
good
being a
deal.
pretty good deal. I'm not gonna say numbers, but I do think, and you might know the number, but I think that we paid a lot of money for
Mm-hmm.
Southeast Asian Dota, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
And in terms of kind of buyout for Scam and Yopaj, right? Because Tim's came free.
Yeah.
His contract ended. So I think it was really expensive at the time. Uh, you've heard of Ramses going to EG at the time from Navi, and
Mm-hmm.
he was, like one of the best pos one in the world, right? When he
Yeah.
went to EG. We definitely paid more than that
Okay.
for these two. And I thought, for Southeast Asia, that was really expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, in hindsight, I think I always say it in Twitter. I think I got a bargain.
Mm-hmm.
They're both playing out of their minds. I think, especially Scam as a 5.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm pretty happy, and that's kind of how the team formed, right? So then now I have the 4, and also I guess FBZ at the time was also, I mean, he wasn't like fully committed. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
He
Okay.
was like, he was willing to stay though, right? Like he told us in the beginning, if you give me a good team, I'm more than happy to stay.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought, so then at the time I was like, okay, look, hey FBZ, I got these 3 really strong guys. Why don't you try it with the team, scrim a couple of times?
Okay.
Let me know if you're happy, you're willing to extend and all that stuff. And then so yeah, he was. And then I guess the final position, like you guys all know, it came to the
Tino.
last second. Yeah, Tino in the last second, and that was the truth.
Mm.
Obviously, we tried a lot of people. We have a lot of players that have experiences with other players in other teams,
Mm.
right? So, like I always said to everyone, we were the first team to shuffle.
Yes.
So trust me, we went through every possible ones in Southeast Asia.
Yes.
Like we went through everyone.
Can you name some? Do you mind naming some names?
Yeah, I mean, we obviously went through Palos.
Mm. Yeah.
We tried out.
Scam
Uh,
as post one as well, and then
we tried
having
Scam as Pos 1, of course.
Abeng on post five.
Abeng on Pos 5. We tried Hyde as Pos 5.
Yeah.
We tried, I guess, the unofficial scrims. Maybe I should have named names, but we had tried out, was it 1 or 2 players that's currently playing in TNC?
Okay.
We tried out. Who else did we try? Uh, we tried out. I cannot name this player, but we tried out another player in the upper division. He's playing
Okay.
the upper division right now.
All right. All right. Is there
Um,
any EU players that you guys have tried out or in
no, we didn't.
discussion?
We were discussing with a couple.
Okay. Okay.
Mainly pos fives though, and I think
Okay.
you guys can guess from my Twitter feed who those
Yeah.
who those two,
Yeah.
three were actually. But
Mm.
like I said, COVID is too hard to
Yeah.
get anyone into Philippines or Southeast Asia, so we decided to not pursue that road.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I think Scam decided that he wants to play 5.
Yeah.
Like he said in the interview yesterday, he
Yes.
really wants to play 5, right? But no one lets him play 5. So this time I was like, look, you want to play captain, you want to play pos 5, do it. I think that's the best position to play it from.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, and I think we were pretty lucky with Tino because he was actually supposed to go with Execration, and I think he
Yeah.
has a really unique hero pool
Yeah.
that
Yes.
really gives us a lot of advantage in drafting.
Mm-hmm.
And you guys might have seen this in the couple of tournaments we played in, right?
Yeah.
You know, Weaver, Monkey King, TA, you name it. We can play at any
Yes.
position now. You don't even
Yes.
know what's gonna come, right?
Yes. Yes.
Even Luna, I mean Luna 4, and we
Yeah.
won that game.
Yeah.
So I think Tino actually really fits our playstyle.
Mm-hmm.
We just didn't think he was available.
Yeah,
and obviously he was playing as a three, right, in execution.
exactly.
So yes, and again, scam at the end of BTS. I think he was like, "Hey, I think this guy might be a pretty good fit. I'm gonna try to ask him." And this might surprise you guys, but he also didn't actually just jump on the conversation.
Okay.
So he also, kind of took. I think he took like a good week to really,
Oh, that long.
consider the offer. Yeah, I think it was maybe
Okay.
4 or 5 days. Um, he actually kept us waiting
I see.
whether he would actually move to us or not.
Mm, mm,
Um,
mm.
and yeah, and then I guess the team is what it is now.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, for me personally, I was very happy to see Tino joining you guys because I
Mhm.
worked with him before in Geek Fam last time. I know that this guy is super versatile, high skill. So before he joined Boom, I was talking to him on Facebook, and then he's told me like, all right, I'm gonna be mode collapse next season. I'm gonna go post 3. Like you say, he was supposedly going to excretion.
That's Christian, yeah.
I'm like, what the fuck, dude? No, just stay with your position 1 and you'll be good. So I'm really happy to see him joining you guys. And I think because you guys, your cores are the scam, your punch, and also teams, you guys have strong chemistry. You guys can create something that even better than the neon last time when we saw on Singapore Major. So I feel like
Yeah,
in that way, Tino is just a perfect fit with you guys. A lot of versatility, a lot of aggression, especially when, under Mushi's leadership and guidance. I think you guys are gonna be good. So talking about Mushi, right? I talked to Mushi in the earlier episode of my podcast, and he said it was teams and scam who recruited him to the team. So I want to know your first impression when Mushi came into the picture.
yeah. So actually, last season, um, when Mushi left SMG,
Yeah.
I was advised to look into him as a coach.
Mm,
However, obviously we had clairvoyance, and it's in the middle of the season, and we didn't want to make any middle changes in the middle of the season, right? So the new season comes, all these, the new team kind of form. Actually, from the very beginning, even when I picked up Scam and it was only Scam, right, the
yeah.
first player I kind of chose, he already told me that maybe we should get Mushi as a coach because he said that he talks to Mushi a lot and they see Dota the same way. And I think this is important for people to know, right? There's a lot of ways to play Dota.
Yes.
There's a lot of ways to win Dota. You see like Beast Coast, they play crazy style of Dota, but that's what works for them, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's important to have like-minded people, right?
Exactly.
That sees
Yes.
Dota the same way as a team. So when Tim's came, Tim's also shilled Mushi hard. He was like, "Hey, look, I work with him in Tennessee.
Uh-huh.
Uh, me and Scam really likes his ideas. I think he's gonna be really great."
Mm.
And I think I said in an interview before, he actually had an offer from a Chinese team. I
Yes.
don't know if you knew this, a pretty big one too. So at the time, he was like, "Look, I might be going here."
Mm.
Um, but then for me, originally, the reason why we didn't pick him up straight away was I thought when we have a new team, I think it's also pretty good for the team to get to know each other first,
Okay.
before like a coach, like a sixth man comes and direct them a certain way, right?
Yeah.
Because I wanted there to be like like a brotherhood kind of bond, like a friend bond, right?
Yeah. Create
Not
the
just like
chemistry first.
yeah, not just like we're professional Dota players. That's
Mm.
it.
Okay.
So that was kind of the reason why Mushi came a bit later,
I see.
and yeah, and I think it was what I think we picked him up in October, right?
Mm-hmm.
So in October, we just won BTS season 8, I think,
Yeah.
if I'm not mistaken. And then we were like, I remember at the time the team chemistry was really good. We played Valorant together a lot, so it was
Mm.
like, okay, like these guys are actually enjoying each other's company.
Yeah.
So I thought it was it's a pretty good time to get Mushi in. And at the time, I think was it Lions or
Mm-hmm.
somebody kind of leaked the DPC schedule.
Oh yeah. Yeah. It was Alliance
So
Manager. Yep.
yeah, yeah. So I thought that my expectation was DPC would have started 2022,
Okay.
but then it starts, end of November. So I thought, all right, then we can kind of pick up Mushi a bit earlier and get ready
Mm.
for DPC. Yeah.
I see. So you also mentioned about the kind of bond, team environment that you would like to have, the brotherhood. Is
Mm.
this, are you inspired by teams like OG or T1, that kind of friendship Dota that they are running? Because there are different ways of running teams, right? Fnatic, for example, they are super professional. Yeah, and then there are also teams like T1 and
Yep.
OG. There are a lot of friendship. So are we inspired by them, or is there any team that you are inspired from?
Uh, I mean, obviously a lot to inspire us, right? OG back-to-back champions and the story that they did it with, that's obviously inspiring to a lot of people. But I also just think from me becoming a team owner for the last 5 years,
Mm,
um, players that's played with us, not just in Dota, right? We have a couple of other divisions.
yes.
I just think that the best performing teams are those when the team is really like in a good mood,
Yeah.
like they're they're literally like friends outside the game, right?
Yes.
So I kind of really wanted to create that,
Mm,
especially when we went international. And I think as far as I know, even Tim, Scam, and Yopach never teamed together, right? This is also their first team together,
yes.
except
Yes.
for Scam and Yopach, of course.
Yeah.
So I just thought it would be kind of good to, let them, just kind of get to know each other, not always rely on Mushi to,
Yeah.
kind of middle everything. You know what I'm trying to say, right? Because when a coach comes, it's really easy when an issue comes to just,
Throw
hey,
it to the
coach,
coach.
solve it for us. Yeah,
Yes.
exactly. So I just thought it would be good to give them a month or two to gel together.
Yeah, I think that's pretty smart because we are in such a long DPC run. It's going to be
Hmm.
3 majors, a lot of
Exactly.
months until TI. Especially when this team is created for TI itself, it feels like a friendly friendship like that, and a
Yeah.
chill one, a relaxed one is going to be really helpful in the long
Yep.
run. So, all right. Aside from that, I would like to ask for your experience with Mushi so far. Have you ever worked with a coach that is on his caliber before, or is there any different experience that he have give you that you haven't experienced before?
Yeah. I've only worked with pretty much two coaches, right? Which is Mushi and Clairvoyance.
Okay.
I think Claire, to be honest, or was a really good coach for us. The only hard thing was obviously he lived in a different time zone,
Yeah.
so it was like time zone wasn't the best for us. They obviously have a different style of Dota.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely agree with that. I can't really say who's better or whatnot, but all I know is that with Mushi is that everybody listens to him and everybody respects him. And no offense to anyone, he obviously had much more success when he was a player,
Yeah.
which obviously kind of adds maybe for players to look up to him more.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and I think the biggest difference that I see between him and and Claire was that for Mushi, literally, he treats everything as practice,
Okay.
and he makes everyone really, what do you call it? Like, I guess, no pressure and all that stuff.
Mm.
Obviously, Claire tries to do the same thing, but I think sometimes our team is still a bit pressured.
Okay.
Uh, but I think with Mushi, it's just like BTS and stuff. We're when we won the first BTS like 3-0 or whatever it was, uh, Mushi was like telling the players like, "Oh yeah, we got lucky today, but we should be prepared for a 5 series, all that
Mm.
stuff."
Mm.
And yeah, it's just stuff like that, and it's like it's little things, but it keeps the mood positive and all that stuff. In terms of like the technical stuff, I
Yeah.
wouldn't know,
Mm.
but just from like our results and scam in interviews or any of the players in interviews, they say that Mushi does all the drafting,
Yeah.
and obviously having these players to work with makes your job a bit easier.
For
But
sure.
at the same time, it requires certain knowledge and
Experience.
yeah, yep, yep. And I think that yeah, I mean we're very happy with Mushi.
Yeah. How are you liking the team's improvement and progress so far? You guys are the third, like, second month with Mushi right now, I believe. Are you
Yeah,
seeing a lot of big improvement already?
yeah. I mean, I sometimes get updated with their scrim results.
Okay.
Um, but obviously scrims are scrims, right? We try new stuff there, and it's not trying to win. I do like to see that our hero pool I think is kind of expanding. We
Hmm.
do have cute drafts, I guess that I've seen at least that
Fun
maybe is not
draft.
out for the public, but um, we have some cute drafts. And again, like I said, I'm not sure how much of that is
Yeah.
Mushi's, how much of that is just the versatility of our players, because obviously our
Mm.
players still give their inputs, right?
Yeah.
And but even though Mushi has the final say,
Mm.
um, and now at the end of the day, Tino, we're still a new team, right? Yeah, we've been together for 3 months, but this five only played for like what? This is our first official. Yesterday was our
Yes.
Mineski Master was our first official,
Mm.
and Tino only joined us like what 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
So it's still a very new team.
Mm.
Um, yeah, I guess this DPC we'll see how good we'll do.
Yeah. Talking about DPC, who do you think are the teams that will give you guys the biggest challenges and would be the biggest, I guess, team that block you guys from major?
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say a single team. I think there's DPC, Fnatic, us, T1, and I would put SMG there. I think these four
SMG.
are the strongest. Yeah.
Okay.
Many people haven't seen SMG play,
Mm-hmm.
but I think they're pretty strong. Um, and then I guess MTG's around there.
Yeah.
But obviously, I still think that we have the upper hand against them.
Mm-hmm.
We haven't really lost. I mean, technically, if yesterday was a best of three, we would have lost. But I think overall, we kind of know how they play and what hero to ban.
Okay.
Um, but yeah, I think Fnatic and T1 would be like the obvious answer.
Okay.
I'm really excited for next DPC match because we get to see Fnatic, right,
Yeah,
for the first
finally.
time.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
and I don't think we practice with them too much either.
Okay.
'Cause I think they also just started practicing, so
Mm-hmm.
it's kind of just really really exciting to see, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and T1 obviously T1 is was the best team in South Asia last season.
Mm.
So yeah, just those two.
And they are still looking pretty good as well. Like yesterday game, they were smashing
Yeah, yeah,
TNC. So
yeah.
definitely a very scary
But
team.
TNC, I mean, no fancy. It's not last year's TNC.
Yeah,
Just
yeah, it's pretty
saying.
new one. It's a pretty new one. Gotta
Yeah,
give them some time. But I guess being their opponent, you take it. It's a happy thing for you.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah. All right.
yeah.
So, I guess a lot of people would be asked when you go to interview. A lot of people would be asking you how likely do you think your team is going to major. But I want to take another approach. How likely do you think you're not going to the major for this season?
Uh, I mean, we try to be positive, right? But at the end of the day, Dota is Dota. You never know, right?
Hmm.
Just like with MTG, for example, that's the greatest example.
Okay.
If yesterday was a best of three, we would have lost. And in DPC, a loss and a win means so much, right? Because you only have seven
Yes.
matches.
Yes.
Um, I think 4-3 is pretty much guaranteed at least a tiebreaker for third, which is a major, right?
Mm.
Um, so I wouldn't. I mean, are we confident? Yeah. Do we think
Okay.
we're gonna be 100% major? 100%. Like I think not even
Nice.
major. I think we're gonna be first seed.
Nice. That's
100%.
what I want
But
to hear. Nice.
but
Nice.
what
Nice.
but what will end up happening? You'll never know, right? I'm joking.
Yeah. I mean, but confidence is
Yeah,
everything. Yeah. You gotta
yeah, yeah.
you want to be there. You gotta have the
Yeah.
confidence to be
No,
the top dogs.
we're definitely confident.
Nice.
I mean, when we made this team, the goal wasn't even majors, right? The goal was to literally win TI.
Yes. Win TI,
Uh,
and it's not
win TI.
even qualifying TI. It's winning
No,
TI.
we want to win. Yeah, we want
Yeah.
to win the whole thing. Yeah. And
Nice.
we believe that we do have the players that would be able to achieve that in terms of kind of individual skills, right? And then hopefully during the season we would improve the team play to a level where we'd be able to do that.
Nice. Looking forward to that. And I think that's all the questions that I have for you today. But to end up the podcast, I'd like to ask you a hypothetical question here because I know that TI is the dream, it's the entire team dream. So let's say your team is in TI right now. What do you think would be your dream way to leave the Aegis?
Uh, for me, to be honest, is to just straight up win it all the way, just clean group stage, clean upper bracket run, and a 3-0 final. Because then I think there's no doubt that we were the best team and we were deserving. And if you
Okay.
say we're lucky, you must be blind. Because we just swept the whole tournament, right? And without a loss, that would be like I think the perfect.
Okay.
I don't
So
think
you
it's
don't have the
realistic,
you
but I
don't have
don't
the
think.
fantasy of going to low bracket first and fight all the way
Nah,
up there? No? That's too
nah, no need.
stressful?
No one cares. Nah.
All right, all right.
Because if we win TI, right,
Yeah,
we already did a step better than OG.
true,
We
true.
did it from lower division. They've never done it from lower
That's
division.
true.
We started from lower division and we won
Kinda,
TI,
kinda. All right,
right?
nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, you heard Gary here. You guys, Boom Esports, they are aiming to be the absolute best in this season, and the aim for this team is to straight up win TI for this year. So all the best to you, Gary. All the best to everyone on Boom Esports, especially Mushi. I'm a big fan of him, so I hope that he will be able to not that I hope, I know that he will be able to lead you guys as further as you guys can. So
Mhm.
at the end, and do you have any thoughts that you want to share? Do you have any shout outs that you want to make for your fans that have been supporting you?
Yeah, definitely. I just want to thank all the fans for always supporting us, wherever you're from, right? Obviously we used to have a big Indo fan base, but now we have a pretty big Filipino fan base too. So thank you for kind of following us. Same for both sides, right? Those who support us from Philippines, thank you for supporting an Indo org. Those who's Indonesian, thank you for following a majority Filipino player team.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, just really thank you guys for all the kind words and all the support when we win, when we lose. You guys pay the bills, right? Whether you know it or not, whether you realize it or not, each one of you that watch us, support us, write nice comments, write evil comments. We'll use the evil as fuel to be better. We'll use the nice comments to make us feel better when we're down. So thank you, thank you everyone, and obviously all our sponsors, right? Predator, Rivalry. Thank you for believing in us and sticking by with us, right?
Yeah.
Even though we would have started lower division.
That's a visionary of them. So for Filipino fans, salamat. Indonesia fan,
Yes,
terima kasih. Chinese fans,
yes.
谢谢你. And that is all from us. Thank you for watching, and we'll be back. Thanks,
All right. Thank
Gary.
you guys.
Bye bye.